Hey guys, this is Hot Noob here. Today I felt like posting up something a bit different than normal. Yeah, so I'm going to be going over a program here called FL Studio. Old guys or old people here probably know it as Fruity Loops, right? Despite the name though, it's not that fruity. It's very professional, very heavy, very strong and powerful. So I guess I'm just going to go over it a bit. Of course, here this is the frame. Whoops, I just clicked it. But yeah, this is your timer little thing. You can do it by time or by frame, just by clicking on it. Sorry, just by clicking on it. Obviously, this is the play button, and that's for playing your compositions here, and your stop button and recording. The recording button is a bit difficult to use and whatnot. But yeah, everything else in the program is way harder to use than the record button. So here you just got a bunch of little icon things, right? Metronome and whatever, right? All sorts of little doodads, tools, and whatnot. Here is your sort of what's it called? What do they call it? They call mixer or piano roll? No, sorry, playlist. They call it a playlist in this program. And yeah, this is pretty much where you put everything. The old Fruity Loops used to only pretty much have this little menu here. I liked it, and then they later on they added this top thing here, which is well, when they first added it in, I was like, wow, that's so weird. But you get used to it really fast, and there is a lot that you can do um, with the new setup here. Although it's pretty old now, the setup. Okay, so here is all of your channels or instruments, you could say, right? Okay, you can sort them here, automation clips, or whatever, or you can make your own little sorting. It allows for a lot of potential to be very organized with this, but it's still quite a lot of work for me to organize it all. Um, you know, if they had like an automatic organizing feature, that'd just be like so awesome. But at the same time, it wouldn't be awesome because it'd be so, you know, difficult to use because it probably wouldn't do exactly what you wanted it to do. So here on the very right, you have your browser, and there are probably hundreds and probably even thousands of different preset sounds and whatnot. Um, if you notice though, the generators aren't overly great, overly good, or whatever. There are quite a few limitations, and you'll notice that, and these here are the files, by the way, for the the things that it comes with, right? The samples, and you'll notice in the samples that they use a lot of sounds that are not part of Fruity Loops, like that's just a simple hat, right? So you know, the generators are not all that great, so you may find yourself not actually using the generators much and just recording instruments and stuff like that. I found that this software is a lot better for just, you know, modifying sounds or real instruments rather than using the generators. However, you can, with great practice, lots and lots and lots and lots, a ton of practice pretty much, you can actually use this for generating songs and shit. This is like first song I've made in a very, very, very long time. It sounds a bit weird though. So I'll play that after I go through all of the little doodads and stuff. Obviously these lights here, and you can see up here, well, where my mouse is, you can see words or labels and stuff. So the program is very well labeled. It's a lot more complex to use than GarageBand, but the potential is a lot greater than GarageBand, right? You can actually make some decent shit here. I forgot who it was, Bass Hunter or Bass Hunter or whatever he's called. I know he uses Fruity Loops, or at least used to. I don't know if he still uses Fruity Loops to make all of his songs. There are quite a few artists on YouTube who also use Fruity Loops to make their songs and stuff like that. So the interface here is pretty simple. You got the tools here, right? You got your select, got your cut and you got your put on, right? And you then, change the size of them for, well, not in the bottom one, but in the top one, you can also drag and drop. These here are automation clips. What they do is they pretty much do like turning little knobs for you, right? For most of the knobs, pretty much all of the knobs, you can just right click and create an automation clip, and it lets you control, like, it does the knob movement, right? So you can use these little graph things here to control the knob movements or turn stuff on and off like I have here, right? And that's very important for making music, right? And stuff like that, because a mixer board, you really want to pull out a mixer board. Pretty much got all the features of a mixer board in this program, because that's what it's meant to do, is sort of replace it. So here are channels, right? This is where you can apply stuff like effects. There are tons and tons of filters, right? Like you got the equalizer, right? The EQ here. I like this version better. It's more pretty. It's easier for me to use, and that's why I use that. There's also the older version, which is I'll just open it up here. Where did it go? Here you are. This is the older version, right? It's essentially the same thing, just different GUI and stuff. And there's all sorts of little things. One that I particularly like is the Sound Gooderizer. I know it's pretty cheap, pretty lazy, whatever, but it mixes well with the EQ here to making your stuff sound a lot better. They tell you not to put EQs and stuff, like overdo them, and so what you want to do is you want to avoid putting the EQs on like every single channel. Another thing you should be aware of is your sound, your volume. When you're doing this, you want to be aware of your volume, because if you have it way too high, what will happen is the Fruity Loops will treat it as if as if you're recording from a microphone, or a shitty little microphone, and you're screaming in it at the top of your lungs or whatever, right? So it can create some issues, but that's really just the limitation of the sound files, and how professional they keep it, right? So that's just a newbie tip. Okay, so I guess I'm going to play this, and then I'm just going to go over through some of the parts to give you guys some pointers when using this program. I think I should lower it a bit here. I'm just going to lower it. This here is the master, right? Obviously, and it works like any other channel. Just lowering it a bit. Hopefully you guys will still be able to hear it. And I must warn you, there is a lot of bass in it, and it's not complete. I just started this like today, so I'm going to play it. And yeah, that's pretty much all I've got. It's not much, but still, it takes a hell of a lot of time to make it. So that's one of the things you need to do as a newbie. You gotta have a shitload of patience. You may want to look at other YouTube clips of Fruity Loops or whatever, other people using it. A great way to do it is to just open up the samples here, right? This is a nice one here. It's not the greatest. I'm gonna open up the most famous one. Here it is. This is probably what, I think this is like the first sample, right? So, this is like the first one I saw, Fruity Studio, FL Studio 6, right? I think I used 5, that was the first time I used it, so this is like the first one I remember anyway. So, yeah, this is sort of like what you can do with it. And I don't have a lot of time, so yeah, I'll just play the first half. You gave me the key, I gave my life. The turn on the walls you built inside, it kills my lies. My mind getting broken, this chains control my sight. Feels like you're you. I'm getting broken. Alright, so I don't have much time now anyway, so that's why I skipped ahead. So you guys can just get this on your own, right? You should be able to listen to that when you get the trial version of Fruity Loops or whatever, right? Undoubtedly, you've probably actually heard that song on the radio. I sure have, at least I don't know, 3 or 4 times I've heard that on the radio. So it's pretty decent, and yeah. But as you can see, most of the stuff, like most of the good, junk is all pre-recorded in these sound files and stuff like that. So they're all recordings and not really generations or generating. So that's one thing you can argue, is that the GarageBand has better generating abilities than Fruity Loops. But with Fruity Loops, you can get the same quality. It just takes a ton and a ton of work to get them to work for the generating. So I'm just gonna got like 2 or 3 minutes, 2 minutes to do a nice little quick tutorial. I'm gonna open up the drums here. So drums, how do you do them? Well, it's pretty simple, really. What you want to do is you want to, first of all, get yourself a slow bass beat, right? Something, blah blah blah. Or you can base it off of your drums, either or. You can alternate or whatever what you base it on. So what you want to get yourself first is a tune, or if you want an easy bland song to do, all you can do is just have one beat, and then you can just go randomly or somewhat randomly, put different beats in and stuff, right? I'll just play this here, right? And then you can just put other junk in. Right, a newbie trick is just to, try and have a beat on every, quarter or whatever, right? That works pretty well. Shit, did I just delete the kick? Whoopsies. Okay, I think, or did I just put that on? Okay, I'm totally clueless now. Whatever. It's not like it makes much difference. Whoops. Don't record. Okay. You can screw it pretty easily just by misclicking a lot. I have a bad pad here, so I misclick a lot. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh shit, am I recording? I'm not. Okay, good. Hope it didn't save that recording, because yeah. So, automation clips. Okay, little menu thing here. That's pretty much it. That's all you guys really got to know. The rest of it just comes in time with fiddling around and stuff. You should be aware of your frequencies and stuff when you get more advanced. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. I don't know if you guys know, but when I was 14, I actually made an album. But I stopped making techno because my computer got hacked. Believe it or not. My computer got hacked and someone stole my songs and posted it up as their own work, and I complained, but who the hell's going to believe a stupid 14-year-old kid? or whatever. Anyway, this is Hot Noob. Come check out my blog at hotnoob.com and blah blah blah. See you guys later.